Hi everyone, I'm Catherine Ross from breakfreewitheft.com, and today I'd love to share a story with you. So I was reading on the internet a couple of weeks ago about a beautiful story of a teacher who had a group of students, young students, and she was trying to teach them about forgiveness and letting go and how powerful that can be to us. So what she did was bring in a massive bag of potatoes one day, and she handed out a whole heap of potatoes to those students and asked them to write down the names of the people that had hurt them and their associated experiences that had caused them emotional pain. She then got them to lug around a bag of those potatoes with them everywhere they went for a week. So no matter where they were, they had to take around this bag of potatoes. And what they noticed is obviously that got very, very tiring. It got very heavy and they got really sick and tired of doing it. But they also noticed that the people's names who were written on the actual potatoes, they didn't suffer at all. They weren't aware of the burden that these people were carrying because of those potatoes and their names on it. So it actually didn't affect them in the slightest. However, these people who had been the victims of those experiences were really suffering. They were carrying around such a weight of all of those experiences with them day in and day out. So the moral to the story is that we all have emotional pain. We all have experiences that cause us pain and grief. We all have people who have done things to us to hurt us, to make us feel less than, whether that's directly or indirectly. But a really great metaphor I also like is anger, and holding on to the anger around those types of experiences. Because holding on to anger is just like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. And it never ever works. Don't suggest you actually try it, but it's a metaphor. So it's a similar thing with these sack of potatoes. What these students learned was that carrying around all of these potatoes and the weight of them all the time had no consequence to the people who had actually hurt them. They were the ones that were still suffering with all of this weight. So what benefit do you get from carrying around all of the pain that you've experienced in your life? Is it affecting those who've caused it? The answer is no, it's really not. They are able to get on with their lives, and we're the ones who are left with all of that burden. So what would it mean to you to let go of all of that emotional weight that you've been carrying around, all of those experiences, the hurt, everything that's happened to you that has caused you grief? How is that serving you in your life, carrying those around? And what would be the benefit of letting it go? Because it's not the pain that we experience that's the worst, it's actually our resistance to pain. So, holding on to the pain uses so much more energy than actually letting it go. And it's hard to confront sometimes, but if we confront that pain, the source of our pain, and we release it, we are essentially setting ourselves free. So we're not condoning what anyone else has done, but we're allowing ourselves to be free from the emotional pain. And that doesn't mean that we don't care. It just means that we acknowledge it, we understand it, we're processing it, and then we're allowing ourselves to let it go. Because who wants to be filled to, up here with negative experiences in their lives? And the best way I've found to actually let go of those experiences is through EFT tapping and matrix re-imprinting, which is a deeper version of EFT that I do. And it helps us to go back to those experiences and actually work with the younger versions of ourselves at the time to find out what was going on, to tap down their emotional pain at that moment, and to actually re-imprint a positive new picture for us, using the resources that we wished we had at the time. And the great thing is that means that our brain actually perceives that event to be true as opposed to the other one previously. So we're effectively cutting off those emotional ties to our traumas in the past, setting ourselves free, and you know what? No one else has to suffer as well, and we don't either. So if you'd love to let go of some of the emotional pain in your life, please feel free to contact me at breakfreewitheft.com. And in the meantime, happy tapping. Bye for now.